It's in the mule. This is bigger than the music.
You really about to do it?
Yeah, they tried to rig the game, but you can't fake influence.
Big it on it like that.
Hey, I'm tripping, I'm sliding, I'm riding through the back like.
Come on, I got you. Hey, check it. Woo! Come on. Okay. Hey. What's up? Hey, yo, what you eat? You gotta eat that over here, you know what I'm saying? You got the chicken.
I'm about to smack the.
This the vegan thug corner, cuz. You can't eat that over here.
Hey man, you know what it is, dawg. Veggie gang over every gang, you know what I'm saying? The money got the truth. Focus on health of your fitness. Focus on health of your fitness. Focus on health of your fitness. I'm a healthy vegan thug. Yeah. Living foods is what I do. Living healthy is the mission. Whoa. Green juice is what I'm sipping. I'm a healthy vegan thug. Living foods is what I do. Living healthy is the mission. Green juice is what I'm sipping. Cause I'm a healthy vegan. I just be stacking veggies like a rock. I just be cutting garlic on the block. When they come to mix and flipping different dishes, visions, it be raising vegan at the top. So I be salivating to eat the beat. Probably cause I be eating beets. Hold up, I think I got kale in my teeth. Now this beat can be deceased. Activate your cells in the morning with fruit. We recruit till we live, till we choose, till we win, never lose. To the vows and the bins and the ends that we move. To the childish revenge of the binge is removed. Whoa, how about the booth? We blend in the visions with truth. You know I don't play by my fruit. Get an avocado sandwich, catch a groove. Yeah, we sippin' the smoothies with mangoes that juicy and you can't do nothing about it. My life is a movie with berries like rubies. I'm healthy, I'm solid, I'm grounded. I wanna be in nature with the leaves around me. Where the trees of the jungle will be where you found me. In the concrete jungles where outcomes and rumbles and chaos, a thug is what I'll be. At least for now, we'll be okay. Relocate, see your fate, see your face. We peak vibration. No distressing, no repressing. Don't just accept disease for next generation. Squad on fullest, mind on fullest. Time is ticking, growing just to feed my nation. Beans, greens, potatoes, tomatoes. We healing and growing for new recreation.
He's here.
Send him in.
Yes, sir.
Where you follow?
I take my job seriously. And God's job, no man can follow.
Okay. And all there?
I'm a healthy vegan thug. Living foods is what I do. Living healthy is the mission. Whoa. Green juice is what I'm sipping. I'm a healthy vegan thug. Living foods is what I do. Living healthy is the mission. Green juice is what I'm sipping. Cause I'm a healthy vegan thug. Focus on your health and know your fitness. Ain't no reason not to handle business. Gotta go to the flow to the minute. I'm a girl to be old, I'ma go, I'ma get it. Whoa, what you gotta do that for? I'm lifting the masses, you knew that, though. You got the Hennessy, but that won't do nothing for you. I got the sanity so you can move that, door. That clogs your intestines, your body can't rest it. Gotta find a fruit so you can send it with a message. But for your monsters, you can learn what we profess it. Gotta eat your list so you can come up with a blessing. Whoa, I'm a healthy vegan thug. Got these seeds up from the mud. Got my head up to the sun, reflecting on what we have done. I'm a healthy vegan thug. Living foods is what I do. Living healthy is the mission. Whoa. Green juice is what I'm sipping. I'm a healthy vegan thug. Living foods is what I do. Whoa. Living healthy is the mission. Green juice is what I'm sipping. Cause I'm a healthy vegan thug.
Hey, Jazzy J back with another episode for Something for the Culture. We got somebody in the building tonight.
Yeah.
Okay. Very New York. Very, very New York episode right here. Okay. Before we get to that though. Big bro. How you doing tonight?
I'm doing better than the Knicks, Jazzy J. You understand what I'm saying? I am doing better than the Knicks right now. Okay. But I'm not about to start with that. Okay. I'm going to be on my best behavior because we have a cultural icon here in the building, in the cinematography world, in the article world, in the journalist world, in the media world. You have a media mogul who has been shifting the culture for the last 2 decades. You understand what I'm saying? Any place you see them, other than tonight, he done had a microphone in his hand in somebody's face, like, fam, where you going, fam? Where you going? 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 You understand what I'm saying? So one with big energy, high energy, positive energy, a perfect example of what positive black media journalism looks like, walks like, and lives like, because he's a healthy vegetarian brother from birth. So let's put our hands together. And he's so New York. For so New York's own. Something real serious up in here in the building.
Tell him, okay. Tell him.
The best guest, the best dressed guest here to impress.
That's
all right. Big Veg in the building. Welcome.
What up? Peace King, peace Queen. What's going on, man?
Welcome to the culture, okay? Listen, let me tell you something. This man right here, hardest working man in New York right now, okay?
Thank you.
You wanna see an interview? He's on every set, okay? he's like, matter of fact, show him the Batman signal you got there, because that's who you like. You're like Batman in the media world right now, okay? You're everywhere.
I mean.
Everywhere.
I am, and I'm just doing it, man. I appreciate it. I mean, talking about me, you got this is like I said before we got on, this is the 80th season. You know what I'm saying? So congratulations to you and what you guys got going on, and I appreciate the platform you guys are bringing me on, and much respect, man. It's definitely something for the culture, and it's definitely something serious. Word up.
Okay, listen.
Absolutely.
So, can you start by telling us, for the people that are not familiar with your body of work, about you, what you do, and how long you have been doing it for?
Oh man, I mean, like this brother said, I'm 2 decades plus in, from sound engineering to street promotion. You know what I mean? To photography, videography, directing, of course, journalism, internet radio, radio personality, humanitarian, on-screen personality. I've done it all, and like I said, I'm blessed to do this for 20 plus years, and kind of like what you said before we got on. When you love what you do, it's never work.
Sure.
You know what I mean? So. But yeah, that's everything I do all in the bunch. And now I really concentrate on, of course, videography, photography, media, on-site interviews, kind of like a new school Uncle Ralph McDaniels. Mm-hmm. Big shout out to Video Music Box. The foundation of all of this.
Mm-hmm.
Like talking about the culture, so that's where it really starts. From him. You know what I mean? So, but yeah. So that's kind of everything in a bunch, and just your friendly neighborhood vegetable.
I know that's right. So what inspired you to get into this field of work? Like, who was your person that you're like, God, this is what I want to do when I get older?
Well, to really answer that question, because I first got into this industry as a sound engineer. So I grew up on cats like Young Guru, who was Jay-Z's engineer.
Mm-hmm.
So I kind of followed his career. I mean, as an engineer, as a sound engineer, and for those that are tapping in, like, oh, Veg, what is a sound engineer? Basically, they're the cats that make everything sound good. When an artist comes to the studio, they're the lifeline to an artist's music.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? They mix, they master, they make you sound like you're supposed to. You know, they're the last person to touch something before it goes out to the masses and all that stuff. Before it even hits the videographer and directors in the video world. You know, a sound engineer is, you would say, the most important piece of music. You know, and will be, even if robots take over the world. You know what I'm saying, on some Jetson shit. But yeah. I mean, I came in as a sound engineer, and I've kind of followed the career of Young Guru. Of course, being once again the engineer under Jay-Z, and you know, one of the most influential movements out of New York, Rockefeller Records.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I came in as a sound engineer. Went to the Institute of Audio Research. Got my diploma with honors. And yeah, just ventured off after that into sound engineering, and then that's kind of how I blasted off as far as my career. So, you know, as far as this industry. So,
right. So, what do you feel that has made you unique out of these 20 years that you've been working in your industry?
I mean, the fact that I don't fit in. I don't look like the next person. You know, I don't sound like the next person. Unfortunately, we're in the era of the copycat.
Mm-hmm.
You know, everybody wants to look the same, sound the same, act the same. You know, want to be the same. Like I walk into a room, I'm the alien.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? I'm the one walking in with the medallions, you know?
Yeah.
And when everybody's walking in with fake gold chains and tight jeans and tight clothes and all that, respect, but that's not me.
Right.
You know, a king like me walks, I need room.
Right.
You know, but yeah, I'm just different. And you know, obviously I'm myself, so I don't act different. Like I don't, you know, it's just a thing. Like this my groove, you know what I mean? So I think what makes it stand out is just, you know, I'm and the thing that makes me unique is just I'm myself, and me being myself, I'm just different from the next person. Like you're gonna recognize me. If I'm standing next to a group of people, you're gonna, oh, that's Big Veg.
Mm-hmm.
Like automatically I shine bright, you know what I'm saying? So I think that's what makes me unique. So, you know,
I know one thing that stood out to me about you was the fact that your chains that you wear. I used to wear those back in the day. Like I was such a fan of those things.
Yeah.
Especially when Batman came out, everybody had them. Like everybody had that one. Everybody had the green, right, or the green, yellow, and red one.
This one.
Okay, everybody, listen.
Yeah.
That took me back to an era that I enjoyed. So
yeah, the golden era.
Yes.
I'm pro golden era. Like I mean, that's the era that I grew up on. So
yes.
You know,
So that took me back.
Yeah, late 80s, early 90s, man. That was my, oh man, that's when I fell in love with hip hop. Like on some like brown sugar shit.
Okay.
But yeah, I could agree, definitely.
So what are the most common challenges you have faced in your area over the 20 years?
Man, just, you know what it is? It's just challenges that I've faced was like just knowing that I could only rely on myself. Like, and to elaborate on that is when I go out to an event, I'm the one that's setting up the camera. I'm the one that's shooting. I'm the one that's conducting the interviews. I'm the one that's editing the interviews. I'm the one that's disputing. I'm putting out the interviews. Like I'm truly the one-man band, the one-man squadron. Like, you know, reliability has become a lacking when you want to rely on somebody. Oh yeah, Veg, I got y'all be there, and then, you know, you don't show up or something happens. You know, and you know, sometimes life happens. I get it, but it's just like the wrong timing. You know, so I really look at that, and you could really only rely on yourself when it comes in this era. Like, you know, obviously. Thank God for technology making it a little bit easier to do the things that I do as far as shooting interviews and editing and everything. But, you know, the biggest difficulty is just, you know, having someone to rely on to you know, to do this with me,
right,
in a sense, you know what I mean? So, you know, but that's really the biggest thing. So,
right. You know, and you know what's a common misconception with people, and the people that do this type of work that we all do, we work in media and podcasting, they think that because show up in front of camera, that's just it. No, that's not just it. Like there's a lot of planning, there's a lot of booking, there's a lot of, you know, knowing. You have to do a lot of research where each person is different. Each person's vibe is different from the other person. Like, if you don't vibe with somebody on your interview, that throws the entire thing off.
Right, game over.
Right, it's a lot of things that goes into it. And so when coming across people like yourself, like it's refreshing to hear that these are the things, we all go through and deal with. You know?
I mean, definitely. You know, to elaborate on that, people don't understand. Like, you know, when somebody gets in front of a camera, they once again, it's not 1, 2, 3. Like, oh, interview and then that's it. Like, no, like, you know, they forget about editing. They forget about, once again, setting up the camera, the lighting, like. You know what I'm saying? The environment, is it too noisy? Is it too windy? You know what I'm saying? Are we going to get interrupted by somebody or whatever? Like, it's so many things that people don't understand. Like, and they never will unless they get into the field.
Right.
Like, an outsider's going to look at it like, oh, I could do that easily. Like, you know what I mean? People just don't get it until they do it. And then, you know, so, hey, it is what it is. But yes, but, you know, the fact that we have done this and we do this is just like we have, you know, the gold medals, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, we're unstoppable. So definitely something serious. Word up.
So how do you stay up to date with like the latest trends, the latest, you know, the latest artists, you know, because there's always somebody coming out, there's always something. We're in the age of TikTok.
Yeah. Social media.
Period. So how do you stay up to date?
I mean, personally, I'm not gonna lie to you. I do and I don't, because it's so, like, this game nowadays is so saturated. Like, there's a new rapper coming out every 20 seconds. You know what I'm saying? And then there's another new rapper going viral every 20 seconds. You know what I'm saying? And 4 out of 5 of those rappers going viral for the wrong reasons. But that's another story. That's another story. You know what I'm saying? But to answer your question, when it comes to me staying relevant as far as like trends and stuff, I mean, you know, I see things pop up, so you know, I check it out. But like, you know, I kind of just, you know, stick to my groove and what I like and what I love. You know, I come from a different era, and you know, if people consider me an old head, then it is what it is. But you know, a lot of these trends I can't get jiggy with. You know what I'm saying? Like, I can't get with, like, because a lot of these trends I feel are dumb or overrated, or they're just not for me. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, and it's no disrespect, it's just not for me. Like, if it's for somebody, like if somebody's watching and they're with a trend or whatever, cool, that's on you. But for me, like, I'm just, you know, I'm stuck in my old school ways, man. Like, you know, so but yeah, I mean, you know, I definitely tap into who I like, you know what I'm saying? You know, whoever I feel is definitely pushing the culture forward. I think that's the biggest thing, you know what I'm saying? There's so many artists that just come and go, you know what I'm saying? They're here for a year or two and then they fall off and they're gone because, you know, because of the, like, it's like we're in a gimmick era, you know what I'm saying? And you know, there's only a chosen few that you know is gonna be here, like, you know, the K-Dots, the J. Cole's, the, you know what I'm saying, like that have that word longevity embedded into their groove, you know. So but yeah, you know, but whatever I tap into. If I miss it, I don't care. You know what I mean? Oh, you didn't tap into the later? Nah, that's cool. You know, Kuna Matata. No, it's cool. You know, 90s Kuna Matata, Lion King.
Right.
This don't make sense, but yeah. So you know, shout out to those who's rocking with the twins and with trends and all that. Me, it is what it is. If I miss it. It's cool.
I know that's right, bro. You had something?
So you talked about kind of like the profile of you and Young Guru from the sound engineering perspective. How do you go from the hidden hand behind the scenes to out in the front, as close as you could get to the front line of the front line with a microphone and the camera in somebody's face? How do you make that transition?
Well, it's just funny you asked that, because after I you know, got into sound engineering, me and a friend of mine, we started an internet radio show called Rock Runner Radio, and this was 2012, and at that time, we were doing it out of my recording studio, and at the time, I wasn't really trying to be like all in the open, like on some like on he was like the more of the head host. I was, once again, I'm a sound engineer, so I was just really tapping in to make sure we sounded good and the technical aspect of everything. And but then sooner or later, my friend had to take a leave of absence because I think he was having a kid. And he's like, yo, Veg, you got to continue the show, because if you don't continue the show, then the show will stop. It will die, da, da, da. I'm like, all right, cool. So that's when I had to step in front and become the actual host. You know what I'm saying? Like getting the guests and once again being the actual head host of the show. And ever since then, and this is before like, podcasting was a thing, or like internet radio and doing interviews and all that. This was before like internet, like independent media was this was before it was a thing now. Because everybody pick up a phone. Oh, I'm on, show and all that. This before it was a thing. No disrespect, I'm just saying.
Right.
But that's really how I got into it, man. How I got in front, man. And then to take it a step further, in 2015, it's when I picked up a camera, because this was the early days of YouTube. Like YouTube was starting to get started. YouTube came into fruition. Like this is the early stages where it's like you could put up anything on YouTube and you wouldn't get flagged. It wasn't as sensitive as it is now. And I saw that, I'm like, oh wow, okay. I want to get some video out there, and picked up a camera and I started to teach myself how to shoot, how to edit, and I didn't go to school for that either. So I just started teaching myself how to do these things, and because we needed segments, to shoot certain things. People come into freestyle in our interviews and all that stuff. So, yeah. So that's kind of how I got started with that, and it was just been a blessing because as I started getting into the video world, like I really figured out, Jazzy, when we were talking earlier, like reliability, really relying on yourself, because even before I got this camera to start teaching myself how to shoot, I would hire cameramen to come, and for some reason, like there were so many like situations where I didn't get the footage.
I remember.
Footage came late. I didn't like the footage. Like there's so many situations where like it wasn't going down. So it's just like, let me pick up a camera, let me teach myself how to shoot, teach myself how to edit. And it was just like, and it just built the foundation from there. And sooner or later, like I started doing interviews on camera, and that's how it started. You know what I mean? So lessons,
So
word up.
When can you say that, because you're heavily immersed in the hip hop culture as well, for the ones who are watching and don't know, when did you fall in love with hip hop?
Brown Sugar. Oh man. When I saw LL Cool J on Crush Groove do the box, then he did like the first verse of like Radio. I must have been like, I don't know, maybe 7, 8 years old seeing this. So yeah, man, I could say that. Yeah. And then, and like we were saying earlier, I grew up on, I felt the best era of all time, the golden era. Like there was so many flavors, man. Like regardless if there was commercial cats, there was still flavors. Like you had your junk food, but then you had your fruits, you had, the native tongues, you had, Public Enemy, you had, even gangster rap, NWA, like, but there was still a balance, and then you had pop rap, you had your, MC Hammer and all that, but it was still a balance. So if you didn't like MC Hammer, you could tap into native tongues, the tribes, the just so many, what I'm saying, like the De La Souls, the what I'm saying, the Jungle Brothers, one of my most favorite groups I had a chance to interview. Blessings. But yeah, I fell in love with hip hop when I saw LL Cool J on Crush Groove doing the rap joint, and ever since then I'm like, yo, this is something dope, you know what I mean? So
yeah.
Ever since then I've been tapped in ever since, you know what I'm saying? So word.
Give me your top 5, dead or alive, and it could be from any era.
Yeah.
Today.
Top 5. No, we're not doing today. There's like 2 or 3 people, you know.
Not,
what I mean,
not right now. I was saying today, like, you know, it could change. You know, it changes.
It could.
Right, right.
Yeah.
It's funny. I was actually going to say that, like right now, you're asking me my top 5 now,
Right.
But let's say I go on another show where someone asks me my top 5, it will most likely change depending on the mood, the groove, what I listen to. Right. But okay, so boom. No particular order. LL Cool J. Rakim. That's 2. Cool G Rap. That's 3. That's 2 more, right? Nas. That's 4. And Biggie.
Okay.
That's 5. Honorable mention Jay-Z.
Okay. Dope list.
I mean, you know, golden era.
I agree. I'm with you on that.
You know, absolutely, man. So
now, being that you're based out of New York, you're in New York right now, you know, everything that's going on in New York right now, because there was a lot going on in New York right now. The Knicks thing, the Diddy trial.
Yeah.
Let's start with the Diddy trial real quick. What's your thoughts on that?
Diddy, I will say this, and you know, obviously, I grew up on Diddy. Diddy, you know, brought us one of the greatest rappers of all time, the Notorious B.I.G., amongst other acts, and you know, Bad Boy, and you know, and everything. All I'm gonna say is, you know, I don't know Diddy personally. So I'm not gonna really comment on something that I don't know him. Like, you know what I mean? I don't know him personally. So, you know, because you know what it is too, like a lot of this stuff that we see, we really can't believe, because you know, a lot of stuff gets really given, like, fed to us in the wrongest way, right? You know what I'm saying? To make us hate somebody, to make us love somebody, you know, like the whole thing with Remy and Pap right now. You know, it's terrible to see that. Like these 2 were symbolization of black love. Now,
for a long time. Now
torn apart, and now they're going. Now they are the victim of social media, going back and forth. You know, she says something, and then Pap returns, "Oh, I wrote all your lyrics," and "Oh, he's a bum," and it's crazy. So when it comes to Diddy, all I'm gonna say is I wish him well, and I hope that whatever happens is supposed to happen. And I'm not really gonna comment it because I don't know him, and my grandmother always taught me to never comment on something if you don't know the person, and I just rather leave it at that.
That's good stuff.
So
can you get a fair trial? I want to know. I just don't want to move from this right here. From a journalistic perspective, can you get a fair trial after being crucified in the court of public opinion and being made to be a villain / laughing stock in the entertainment industry?
Well, you know what it is? Yes and no, because look at Murder Inc. You know, they was facing million years behind bars, and
they was
and Irv and you know what I'm saying, they rest in peace to Irv Gotti, but they made it. They beat the case. Yeah. So I feel like anything is possible. We just have to wait and see. You know what I mean? And that's really what it comes down to. You know what I'm saying? Like, I really think about it like that. No matter what, like, anything could happen. You know, it's like,
social media didn't exist like that though. This is a different thing. Everything is no Diddy. Like everything. People who don't even know who he is, they're saying things and they're parroting things. They have no connection to it whatsoever.
Yeah.
So if you're in a droid pool, you're not supposed to be looking at no media.
True.
Nothing that's going on. You're supposed to remain unbiased, right? And you're not supposed to be influenced outside source other than whatever the facts are.
Right.
So you can't turn on something that doesn't have anything related to him. You understand what I'm saying? Like even before this, even before jury selection, you know. So like that's the reason why I'm asking the question, because we have journalistic integrity. So regardless of what our personal feelings are, we have to report. You know, we have to go wherever the truth takes us, wherever the stories take us, type situation. So you know, I ask that from that perspective as well.
No, I hear you. I mean, you know, it is what it is, man. You know what I'm saying? But to answer your question, is it going to be fair? I mean, he was already crucified, so I feel like regardless, his career is over. So, you know, he's been kicked down to the dirt. So it's like, regardless of what happens, is he successful or not? Especially if he is successful, like what is going to be the outcome of this? Like, he's just going to go be regular, be Sean Combs, like no more parties, like what, like
when they released, I feel like when they released the details of what they found in that house, the baby oil alone is what did him in. When they said, there was like 1 million bottles or whatever, however number it was.
Yeah,
like that's when he became the laughing stock.
Yeah. Once again, his career is over. Like no matter what, he's gonna be the meme to travel forever. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, it is what it is, man. It is what it is, man.
Now I wanna you actually interviewed a lot of the greats. Like you interviewed, let me just mention this guy here, Mano.
I did.
You did. Okay. The energy, just tell us how was the energy interviewing him, and also from Drew Hill Cisco.
Yeah, man, Mano was cool, man. And it's funny because every time I post that interview, people are like, yo, Veg, you made him smile, bro. You don't really be smiling because you all me mug and you from
right.
The Brooklyn thing, I guess. I don't know, but
right.
when I interviewed him, like I must have gave him like the intro of the year. Like, yo, man, I can't even respond after that. I'm like, yo, I don't know, man. Mano was cool, man. He was just a cool brother, man. I mean, in the interview we talked about at the time, he had the kitchen talk show he was doing.
Mm-hmm.
At the time, he was getting prepared to do the record with Jim Jones, the Lobby Boys.
Mm-hmm.
So it was cool, man. Mano's a cool brother, man. Every time I see him, it's love, man. Yo, Veg, you know what I'm saying? Plus, he remembers me because of my medallions, and I'm so hip hop. And then Cisco's another one. I came in guns blazing with the crazy energy in the intro. He's like, yo, the first thing he said, I like your energy, and this is the R&B legend. You know what I'm saying? Solo and group. So. It was just love, man. Cisco being, one of the greats, coming up also late in the golden era.
Mm-hmm.
Pushing the culture forward as far as R&B. You know what I mean? So blessed to have those two under my belt as far as my resume, and of course many others,
Right. Yeah, I will admit, I was shocked when I seen him crack a smile because I'm like, every time.
Yeah. Me mugging, my man Mano, smile, King, smile. Word. Absolutely.
You had Rakim. I'm skipping through the archives. Rakim Allah. You understand what I'm saying? Rakim Allah is in your top 5. You in front of him with a microphone in his face. How do you maintain your composure?
Right.
I know you gave us a master class, like, yo, how do you to prepare for a celebrity interview type situation? So tie the two worlds together for me, King. You understand what I'm saying? You in front of Rakim Allah. You understand? Like, bam, action. You know what I'm saying?
Rakim, one of the goats, right? The God MC.
Mm-hmm.
He's the one that really pushed the culture forward, from a time where in the late 80s, a lot of rappers were rapping in a certain way. But then when Rakim came in, he was like on some laid back lyricism, groovy type of, you know what I mean? So trust me, I grew up on Rakim and Eric B and Rakim, you know what I'm saying? So with that, Rakim was getting honored at an award show. Him, Slick Rick, which I happen to miss, but it's cool. Big Daddy Kane, I took a quick picture with him. Is what? So many others, man. And Breakfast Club was there as well. You know, I think I interviewed Charlemagne that night as well. But we talking about Rakim. So Rakim, right? So it was cool. So we get to the spot, and it's so cool. My executive producer at the time, he's like, "Yo, set up the tripod, camera, mics. I'm gonna go get some stuff. I'll be right back." All right, cool. Set everything up. Boom, boom, bam. Literally, like maybe 5 minutes pass by. My executive producer comes back and says, "Yo, Veg, grab the camera, grab the mics. Come with me right now." I'm like, okay, cool. So we walk in. As soon as backstage, Rakim taking pictures with the Breakfast Club. June Ambrose, queen of stylistic groove, was there. I had to interview her as well. Was there taking pictures of everybody, and we were just backstage with where all the celebrities was. And my executive producer was like, "Yo, Rakim, we would love to do interviews." Like, yeah, Rakim, yeah, no doubt, yeah, you know what I mean? Let's knock it out. You know what I'm saying? Word up. I'm like, yeah, most definitely. So did the intro, and then I'm getting a chance to now stand next to Rakim to interview him. I'm standing next to Rakim, the God MC. Like, this is someone that I grew up on. I had mad questions. Eric B. Rakim, paid in full. I think at the time he was working on a book. I had so many questions, yo. My executive producer said action, and I forgot all my questions. Because I don't write my questions down.
Yeah, same.
Everything's up here. Like, I study my guest, then I take that, and then I go. Like,
right.
But with Rakim, I didn't have to study because I grew up on him.
Right.
From the golden era, so I knew. But for some reason, I don't know what happened. Like, I had to hold the interview. Had to freestyle the interview. I mean, I got through it, and Rakim said it was a good interview. So either way, it was a go. But but yeah, that's a blessing, man. And it's crazy because I was super hyped. Yo, we here with Rakim, the God MC, da. And Rakim was like, yeah, no doubt. You know what I'm saying? Much love. And man laid back. And you know what I mean? I look back at it, I'm like, damn, I was super, super hyped. And obviously he saw that, but it was it was a good interview. I got through it, and amongst everything, it's on my resume. So
I know that's right.
Blessings, man. God bless me with.
If I could ask an additional question, real quick.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
When you look at your interview landscape, your interview style, how did you craft your interview style, and what would you say are like the top 3 things that's a goal for your interview?
Top 3 things, goal, and okay. Let me answer the first question. How did I craft my style as far as interviewing? Well, for a while, I think my biggest thing was energy. My biggest thing was making sure, like, whoever's watching, because unfortunately we live in an era where the average person has like -2 attention span. Mm-hmm. They watch something 5 seconds later, they scroll, they go to the next. Like, if they're gonna watch my interview, they're gonna tap in and they're gonna stay till the end. You know what I'm saying? That's my biggest thing. Because my biggest inspiration when it comes to doing interviews is like Big Tigger. From the Rap City era. When I tell you, like, every so often, like, I tap in. Like, I think I've downloaded as many Rap City interviews that is out from Big Tigger. Like, I study this man when, like, and you could tell, like, from the questions he asked. You know what I'm saying? Like he did his research, and on top of the energy, you know what I'm saying? Excluding the rap, because I don't rap. I'm from the era where if you don't know, you're not good at rapping, you don't rap. You know what I'm saying? So that's one. You know what I'm saying? Energy. 2, journalism and research. Like, I do my research. Like, I really tap into an artist's story because I like to tell the story. Like they didn't get here overnight. Right. There's a story, right? Like they didn't wake up yesterday and today they're on top of the world. They killing stages. They got top top 5 albums or whatever, right? There's a story how they got here. And that's with all guests, you know, whether they're in music or in a different type of industry. So definitely research and real journalism. That's 2. And then the third thing is just having fun, you know, if you know, because I love what I do. So if I'm not having fun doing what I do, then I'm not gonna do it, you know. You know, and to name a fourth, integrity. I don't just interview anybody.
Yeah.
I don't care if you sold this many records or if you have, you know, if you're popping on an internet or you got this many followers and whatever. Like if I don't like your music, I'm not gonna like just interview you. Like especially the one-on-one type of tip. You know what I'm saying? Like if we're gonna sit down, like I want to make sure that I rock with you. Like
right.
And you're gonna see it in the interview. Like you're gonna really like it's gonna be natural. Like, oh, Veg really rocks with this cat. You know what I'm saying? So it's just, you know, that's really how that goes, man. And you know, and I feel like, you know, that's the biggest thing. The biggest thing is just with me is integrity. Like that's gonna take me a long way. Like when people approach me, like, you know, they're gonna know, like, oh, Veg just doesn't get down with anybody. Like I gotta come correct. I gotta make sure I'm on point. You know, I'm not out here looking crazy, rapping about this, that, and the third, and you know, the imagery is off because, you know, because if I'm bringing you to my audience and I'm interviewing you, that now attaches me to that person and what they do.
Right.
So, you know, that's how that goes. So I'm blessed to have this resume that I have, and I'm blessed that it's still growing. You know what I mean? So I'm still doing it. You know?
I got 2 more questions for you.
Yes. Go ahead, Queen. Go ahead.
First one, what kind of advice would you give someone that is looking to be in the industry, heading into media journalism? What would you say to them?
I think the biggest thing is just reliability. And I've been saying this throughout the whole interview, but reliability, I'm compared to credit. If you're going to tell somebody you're going to be somewhere at a certain time, you're there early. You know what I'm saying? Because getting there, my grandmother, I bless my grandmama Veg. She's still alive, so shout out to her. But my grandmama Veg, she said, if you show up to somewhere on time, you're late.
That's true.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, since let's say I gotta be somewhere at 7, I'm getting there like 6:30 because I gotta set up. I gotta, you know, set up technology, the camera, tripod, mics, you know, lighting, and et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Obviously, there's times you're gonna be late. It happens. You know, you're human, but in the most cases, you want to be ready to go. If you tell somebody you're gonna be there, then be there. You know, once again, this is your credit, reliability.
Right.
You know, people are gonna and sadly, bad news travels faster than good news. Oh, yo, Veg's assistant, yo, he didn't come, bro. Man, yo, he showed up late. He showed up drunk. He showed up. Oh man, don't hire him. And from one person to the next person, it gets worse. Oh, he showed up. He tripped over my cable, and you know what I'm saying. So, reliability. That's one thing. The second thing, be ready to get the job done. When you go to do events and you're on site to do interviews, when you do the one-on-ones, get into your groove, get into your, you know, like get into your zone. You know, like now. So now the moment is set. Don't let nothing interrupt that. Don't let nothing intervene with that. God sets you up to be in that moment. So now take advantage of it, because there could have been somebody else that could have taken that moment, but this is your moment. You know what I'm saying? So don't let nobody else take that moment. You know what I'm saying? So get into your zone. You know what I'm saying? And really do it, man. And the third thing, just love what you do. Don't worry about the money. The money's gonna come. You know, the money's gonna come. It's gonna take a little while. I'm not gonna lie to you. It ain't gonna be overnight. Like, don't listen to, oh yeah, it'll come tomorrow. No. You know, it's gonna take a minute, but it's gonna come. And when it comes, be ready. Be ready, because ain't no going back. You know what I mean? So that's just my advice, man. And like I said, just love what you do, man, because that's just gonna set you up for longevity.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying, because that's a big thing lacking in today's era.
Mm-hmm.
Like there's not in journalism, in music, in all industries. Like longevity is a big lacking today. You know, 1 minute someone's here for a year, then they fall off. Like
we were just talking about that behind the scenes.
It's so bad, man. Like we're like this era is crazy, man. Like this dude is some cats is here 1-2 years, and then they disappear. You know what I mean? And maybe they want to disappear, but it's just like longevity is not a thing anymore. There's no more icons,
right? Yeah,
unless they're coming from the past or the previous. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like where are our future icons? Like that's that. You know.
Last question I have for you. You know, tomorrow's not promised. We can leave this earth at the drop of a dime.
Seriously.
When you leave here, what would you want your legacy to be known for?
Integrity. I didn't sell my soul for riches or fame. I you know, when people bring up Big Veg, you know, things like hard worker, you know, legend, you know, 845s and from Rockland County, you know what I'm saying? You know, Team 845ians, just, you know, the regular things, man. Hard worker, ready to go on the drop of a dime. I get a call. 2-3 hours earlier. Yo, Veg, I need you. I'm there. If I'm available, you know what I mean? So, and I'm big on my word. If I'm saying I'm gonna do something, I'm gonna do it. You know what I'm saying? I'm big on that, man. So that's just what it is, man. You know, I'm big on that, and I've proven that to a lot of people, and people respect that, and you know, and the biggest thing is respect. You know what I mean? So the regular stuff, you know what I mean? So, and love too, because I really show love. I share people's stuff, even if they don't share my stuff, and that's okay.
You do. I'll be seeing you all the time do that, all the time.
You know what I'm saying? And that's okay. You know what I mean? I'm not with the, you know, and to a degree I am, but I'm not with the, if you don't support me, I don't support you. We still got to push this culture forward.
Right.
So regardless, we can't pause that. So if I see something I like, I'm going to share it. I'm going to comment, yo, 5 emojis, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, and sometimes, and especially if you ask me to do it and I like it. Yo, Veg, share this for me, bro. Got you. Yo, Veg, comment. Got you. Like, you're going to see the carrot. You know what I'm saying? So that's just what it is, man. When I leave this earth, man, that's just what it is, man. Love, integrity, respect, hardworking. You know what I'm saying? Like, Big Veg was a good dude. Like,
you know what's crazy? Before you say anything, real quick, what was crazy to me, as long as I have known you, I asked you, I'm like, why the hell do they call you Big Veg? Like, and I had to put it together later on, like, oh shit, that makes sense. Like, now I get it. Like, I remember, you know, you put the carrot on everything you do.
Yeah, I do.
But it never really, I don't know, it just went over my head for some reason.
Listen, you're not the first one, you're not the last one. People think, oh, you be vegging out, you're smoking. I don't smoke, I don't drink, I don't do any type of extra activities. No disrespect to those that do, that's cool. But me, nah. But yeah, I'm veg because I'm a vegetarian. I've been one since birth. Yeah. So
yeah, like I just thought that was so funny. I'm like, that's crazy. As long as I've known him, I never know why they call him that. Like,
and we've known each other for a minute, Jazz.
Yes, like I'm like, I don't know why they call him that. Like, but nonetheless, it's so unique and it fits you and your personality. Like, for those who don't know this man, and this is your first time even just seeing him, listen, this man is doing great things. Amazing man. On the camera and behind the scenes.
Absolutely.
Such a wonderful soul. Like, I please advise y'all to check out his work. Bro, you had something else?
No, I want to thank you. I want to thank you for your contributions. And I honestly look forward to your masterclass of teaching us how to interface with celebrities. You have a knack, you have a skill set, something that's duplicatable and teachable. You see what I'm saying? Like the skills that you laid out here today, you display. So you just brought a tiny droplet with us. So I would love to see, honestly, I would pay, I would invest in a master class in regards to this, because this thing is not going away. And our preoccupation with the lives of celebrities and the people, it's not going away either. So we need a classically trained group of young creatives that has that kind of mind to authentically operate with integrity. I know that's not something you can teach, either you have it or you don't, but the skill sets that are there that are necessary to be able to do so. So I definitely want to thank you, humbly and sincerely for maintaining, because you could be somebody else out here. It's performative, and they'd be like, "Oh yeah, whatever, blah blah blah." But can you live with that? And there's some folks that are sacrificing their lived life and who they truly are personally at their core for things that they have become or become susceptible to. So I definitely would love to see operates with integrity, that has standards and discipline.
No doubt.
Like that.
I got you, King.
Yeah. Salute to you. You have done amazing work, and looking forward to seeing the future of your work. Like,
definitely.
Like, I'm actually, as a friend of yours, proud. Like, I'm so proud. Like, is when I saw you do, I think it's the one that kind of like, I'm so proud. Like, when you got Mano to crack a smile, like,
yeah.
This Mano, first of all, outside of New Yorkers, okay, Mano is the gangster, okay, man.
He really is. Yo, and you know what it is too. He don't smile for everybody.
No, he don't.
So it's a beautiful thing, man. So
right, when he got Mano to smile, I'm like, so he does have a heart, like.
Yeah, definitely. But before we go, can I speak on one thing real quick?
Yes.
So real quick, me and my brother, Mikey D. If you guys don't know who Mikey D is, he is, the Park Jam legend from Queens, you know what I'm saying, Lawton, New York. Me and him have a platform called Pass the Torch Media. We have a radio show, we have a TV show, we have a lot of things going on. It's called Pass the Torch, and this movement is kind of like passing the torch to the new school, but also the old school, the OGs, keeping them relevant on what's going on, passing them the torch of new stuff. You know what I'm saying? We have a radio show called Pass the Torch Radio every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday on Chuck D's platform, Rap Station 365, 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I'm constantly doing interviews on that platform. Obviously, being the flagship host. Being powered, of course, by Pass the Torch, Mikey D, of course, him as the OG. You know what I'm saying? I'm right in the middle of that. I'm like the young OG, shout out to Young and For Media, the future of media. And yeah, man, so I just wanted to shout that out. You can follow that at Pass the Torch Media, spelled grammarly correct, no ebonics. Something for the culture.
Right.
It's cool. Big shout out to Big L. But yeah, tap in, Pass the Torch Media. You can follow me, Big Veg, BIGVEGG. Just tap in, man. I'm definitely willing to tap in with anybody who's trying to get into this thing. Let's make it happen. Just do it. Just go for it. I mean, there's no reason not to. Technology makes it too easy.
I agree.
Anybody could go in and get a podcast starter kit.
Yeah, literally.
Word up. Go to B&H, the Rodecaster, microphone, computer, everything. It's so easy. You know what I'm saying? But beyond that, you have to find your like this brother asked me. You have to find your style of interviewing. You got to do the research. You got to do the hard work. You know what I'm saying? Money's not gonna come tomorrow. I want to be specific. Money isn't gonna come tomorrow.
Right.
Don't think because you got all this equipment and you got this talent. Sadly, money's not going to come the next day. You have to work for that. Sometimes it's going to take longer than it's supposed to. But if you love it, it's going to come, and more, and longevity. You which is the most important thing. You could do this today, you can do this tomorrow, 20, 30 years from now. People gonna bring you up. Oh, Veg, he interviewed, man, you know, Rakim, Uncle Ralph, Drewski, everybody. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, and
if you got an opportunity to intern somewhere, intern somewhere, so you have time to craft what you want to do. You know what I'm saying? So you get an opportunity to intern somewhere, whether it's money involved or not. You get an opportunity to see it in actualization and be involved in the process. So when you go to your process, that learning curve is a little different. You know what I mean? Like
hands on.
Right. I work with a lot of folks that do the sketches and the vines and all that, and they know how to do every bit of what they do. Right. They're lighting one day, they're filming the next day, they're writing scripts another day, they're writing screenplays the other day. You understand what I'm saying? So they're doing every aspect of their production. So when you see that finished product, they don't put their heart and soul in it, and they may not get $1 out of it initially, but they're doing it. And they know how to do it, and they help other people. You see what I'm saying? So when you get in front of that camera and they see you now, they don't know how many other places you've been in. And if you have a great work ethic and you have a positive mental attitude, people are calling you, hey, let's shoot. Barry Brewer Jr. God is my witness. Barry Brewer Jr. is a comic from a stand-up comedian from the south side of Chicago. He went to LA on the wing and the prayer. You understand what I'm saying? And he was out there and he was doing this thing, and he hooked up with Big John and them, and they took their show on the road. They had been doing viral video after viral video. They took one sketch when the whole crew stupid went on the road, 28 city tour from that one skit. Both of them got into Tyler Perry's Bruh based off of that. Yeah. They didn't have to audition. So there's opportunities out there. You just have to be in the right place, right time, right mind frame, and give off the right energy. Because no matter how talented you are, if don't nobody want to work with you, ain't nobody gonna know.
Yeah.
Everybody can't be hating on you. You understand what I'm saying?
Everybody can't, man. Then there's something wrong with you.
At what point do you take accountability?
Accountability.
So it's out there. It's literally out there. Truly, the sky's the limit. And all of those things that you did previously to that, once you take off, you're going to see it as preparation. You know what I'm saying? You're going to see it as preparation. And you could always repurpose that content, and then people will see it again. And now it'll be different than what it was on the other side. Right. Around and around.
That's right. And trusting God, Trusting God, man. Because God's going to bring you, like, even the L's too, even the losses, because those losses are lessons. Like take those losses, turn them into lessons, and understand what you did wrong or what went wrong, and then do better. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, of course, celebrate the wins, but celebrate the losses too, because those are lessons that's gonna make you a better person
and pushes you.
Yeah, word. It's gonna put the gas onto the fire. You know what I'm saying?
So it does.
You know what I mean? So definitely, love.
I want to give you this time to give out shout outs. So we're going to put the camera on you and let you give out your shout outs.
I mean,
and a shout out for the culture, please.
No, I got you.
Yeah.
You already know. You know what I'm saying? Big shout out to Something for the Culture for having me on, man. This is Something for the Culture, and it's something serious. Just shout out to everybody, man, because I could be here for two more decades shouting people out. But I will say shout out to Mikey D. You know, he's like my big bro. He's given me the opportunity to give me this platform for Pass the Torch, to make it my own. So shout out to him. Shout out to everybody, man. AK-40 Devin, that's my guy. Shout out to everybody, because I'm gonna forget somebody and like, oh Veg, why you ain't shout me out? I'm gonna get mad hate now. So shout out to whoever, if you're watching, shout out to you. You know what I mean? Shout out to hip hop. Shout out to the culture. That's what it is. Shout out to the culture. Shout something for the culture. This is something for the culture. Word up.
Listen, let me just say this before we get ready to get out of here, because as long as I've known Veg, like this interview was in the making for a while. Like,
Yeah. Yo. And I rescheduled because something came up. I'm like,
yeah, he was so like,
kill me.
like, sis, like, da. I could do this. I'm like, Veg, it's cool. It's all right. Okay. It'll just be, you're all right. Like,
Cool.
but I'm so proud of where the direction you are moving in, Veg. Like, wish nothing but blessings on top of blessings for you.
Thank you.
Y'all, please go check out this man. I promise you will not be disappointed in his amazing work.
Absolutely.
Also, what we got coming up Monday, Monday on The Culture, we have an author coming on, and this is for the women. So y'all might want to tap in for this one, ladies.
The queens.
Okay, because she's going to be talking about dating a narcissist. She wrote a whole book about it. She's going to go over the warning signs. So you might want to tap in, okay? Because a lot of us be dating them when we don't be catching them signs. We just be going through life all willy-nilly and fucked up in the game. So, but yeah, y'all tap in same time. Yeah. Monday, 8 p.m. Eastern time. Shout out to my bro here, Knowledge Born Allah, Drew the Knowledge Radio. This is my mentor for years now. And he has, I could not have been in a lot of situations without him. He is the backbone of Something for the Culture.
There you go.
Amazing friend, amazing uncle to my kids. You know, he's always supporting them, everything they do, you know. So shout out to you, bro.
There you go. Peace, King.
She's so nice. Okay, you understand? She's so nice.
Wait, look,
let me get off of this air.
Even though he talked about my Knicks, but I'm gonna let it go.
I don't let the Knicks reflect what we've built over life. Okay, the Knicks, they come and they go, but we here.
Wait a minute! Look, did you see the shade?
Yo, the shots is fire.
Right.
Yo, the shade is.
I got mad love for Jazzy J and Something for the Culture. You understand what I'm saying? And a cultural icon like Big Vegg. You know what I'm saying? This is the way we walk in New York. This is the way. This is the way. This is the way we walk in New York. All right, so y'all go mind your business. You understand what I'm saying? We up out of here. Peace.
No,
They not like us.
No.
They not like us.
What?
They not like us.
No.
They not like us.
No.